Morning, guys. Can you tell I've just woke up? um, so got myself 2 cups of tea. I even started making the coffee, which takes a little while to make. I thought I don't have long. I thought I'm gonna play some of my shorts. I always like to play my shorts. The shorts are how I got this channel going. This is my sort of mini documentary shorts. Pre-defending Elvis, um, before World War III. The bombs are flying. Damnation Alley. I'm joking. um, so Joe Sins has done a video. It's about 8 minutes long in his car, just having a chat about Donna Presley, and he discusses a few things. I can't be bothered to talk about the stalkers. Can't be bothered, but I think his main message is sort of to be more understanding concerning Donna Presley. Isn't that the main message, you know? And which I liked. I'm just trying to wake up. He mentioned something about warring between channels. I don't know if I see it that way. I see that you've just got 4 or 5 bullies that have grouped together. That's all I see. And then you've got their people, the stalkers joining in, my stalkers. I don't think there's loads of channels. I actually think there's sort of channels that no one watches that are hoping for more subscribers, so they try and do a few things. And in fact, I think actually even the main bully channel is hoping for more subscribers. That's what I see. I seem to be good content, but if there was sort of big, well-known channels, like decent channels, that were involved in what's happening with the stalking of Louis, the attack on Donna, I'd understand it. But they're not. These just itsy people trying to get likes and views and subscribers. It's pathetic. But anyway, I wanted to play some shorts and see if I can do it. So I think I know Joe is sort of getting us ready for a video. He basically was like, let me just let me just get it up. Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on a minute. Defending Elvis. Louis' World. We have to have Louis' World, don't we, guys? Make sure that's not playing. We have to have Louis' World because, yes, I'm a Defending Elvis channel. Yes, I'm an Elvis channel. Yeah. But, we do, Elvis history topics and some fun Elvis stuff. But my world is brought into this channel, and I like it that way. Same with, Team Elvis have become family. We're all family. So, even the dog walks, it's Louis' world, isn't it? Louis having a chat. It isn't. We're not just. We are. No, of course, we are predominantly an Elvis channel, of course. Yeah, but in my world, yeah. I think do you get what I'm saying, guys? Right. So my shorts. Let me just. Now I've already told the story of my shorts many times. Yeah. Let me get them up. Literally about well over 3 years ago now. I've always done a bit of YouTube stuff. I had my YouTube self-help stuff that lasted a while. I've always had my YouTube repairing classic cars, repairing my home cars. Even I used YouTube as a diary for my family. I've always done it. Yeah. Nothing new, literally 20 years ago. Yeah. Um, but what there was a change when I started doing the Elvis stuff. Firstly, I didn't realize how big the Elvis community was. I really didn't. To me, Elvis was someone that I loved my whole life. You know, starting from childhood, and it's just part of who I am. Never for a second did I think there was this big world out there, yeah, uh, of 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 Elvis. I just didn't know it. Obviously, we all know that we all love the music and the movies, and not but this community. Didn't know. I had no idea. Absolutely clueless. So I started making my shorts of Elvis. So I'm just trying to put the YouTube video up. The first shot I did, which just because I felt like it. No real reason. There was no thinking behind it. Just I like Elvis, and it was a 1 minute short, and I quite enjoyed doing it. Well, you know, which I would because I love Elvis. Yeah. And then I thought, oh, that's interesting. I can because I love anything Elvis. I love. Yeah, always have done. Still do. So it just made me go, I'll make another. Yeah. And then what happened was, yeah, they started to go viral. They were getting 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, you know, up and up and up. But one of the things I did notice, and I didn't really know how to react, was I was getting like 50 comments a day, maybe more, 50 subscribers a day, sometimes more, 100 subscribers a day. And I was like, you know, at first I ignored the comments because there were so many. Now the comments, I need to warm that up. Now the comments were very mixed. Yeah, they were, you know, thanking me for the little shorts, the little Elvis mini short, talking about Elvis, all different stuff. Yeah, but then within the comments, there was people going, "Did you know this? Did you know that?" Yeah, and it was all about defending Elvis, and it was like it's a bit odd. I didn't realize. Yeah, so right, keep going out, guys. So I think I have told the story before, but they were talking about the Memphis Mafia. They were talking about Priscilla, Colonel Tom Parker, um, you know, all the names and the wrongdoing to Elvis, how unfairly Elvis had been treated. We're not talking like one or two comments here, we're talking hundreds. Now, at first, I didn't know what to do. I was sort of ignoring them. And the thought of defending Elvis didn't even cross my mind. Didn't even, just, it was just people on my YouTube channel saying stuff. So eventually I thought I'm going to start responding to some of the comments. There we go. I was getting 50 to 100 comments a day. I didn't have the time. I'm just right. I set up another tea guide. Got 2 teas on the go. You- I need the tea in the morning, otherwise I can't. I need the tea in the morning, otherwise I can't. I need fuel to wake up. Yeah. I wake up. So, so I was getting these sort of 50, 100 comments a day, and I was like, so I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to start responding to them because I'd never really responded to comments, not really. Sometimes people would ask me questions about fixing cars, Vox, you know, my air-cooled vehicles, and in the self-help stuff, I was helping people there. I helped quite a lot of people, but I never really, you know, Elvis people, you know, Elvis fans. So I remember talking to my wife about it and talking to my brother about it, saying that they're all set talking about Priscilla. I wasn't aware of Priscilla's wrongdoing. I had no idea, no idea at all. Wasn't aware of uh, the Memphis Mafia. Um, come on, a lot of the names in the Elvis world, didn't even know them. Yeah, you could have many of the things I know now, I had no idea about. Yeah, and so I started. My wife and my brother said, well, maybe you should sort of respond. So I started responding to the comments. Yeah, and then the back and forth started. This is when I start to learn. My blinkers were starting to be removed. Don't forget, there's still a very massive amount. There's a very large amount of people out there that are not interested in what happened. They just want to be Elvis fans. They want to enjoy the music and the movies. Yeah, and in some ways, I fully agree with them. Why, why bother? Just enjoy the music. Enjoy the legend of Elvis. Enjoy loving him and admiring him, how beautiful he was, and his talent, and watching his films, and just to be completely oblivious of what we go through now as a defending Elvis champ. Yeah, uh, I think people can choose either way, and I respect if people want to stay in the world of just enjoying Elvis. You know, the legend. How many times do we hear Elvis doesn't need defending? Yeah, enjoy the music, enjoy the good that he did, how he changed the world, yeah, and enjoy the movies, etc. Just enjoy listening to Elvis. I think there's a whole world out there. Probably the majority. I would say definitely the majority of Elvis fans um, are that. They just enjoy that. They do. They follow this storyline. Elvis and Me, Priscilla's book. Elvis and Me. They believe it. It's a fairy tale. How they met and many other things. And it went wrong because Elvis was unfaithful, etc. Yeah, and they split up. You know how I feel. This is a fake fairy tale. This isn't reality. Yeah, obviously there is. It's based on some truth. Yeah, but loosely based. Yeah, I'm completely against this book. I think this book was really unfair to Elvis. But anyway, so people are in that sort of world. And I'm not being disrespectful to those people. I'm just saying, the majority of fans go with that. Think still treat Priscilla as if she's Elvis's wife. Still some of them treat her like she's his widow, but I would say most of them treat Priscilla like she's his wife. Yeah, and wherever she goes, she's worshipped. These people are completely oblivious to what really went on. How unfair Elvis was treated, and Priscilla's bad behavior, and her unfaithfulness, and her need, and I could say greed for money, for fame, for attention, adoration, to be in the limelight. People are just completely aware of it. The money making thing. Oh yeah, more, 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 more. People don't know. They just go, oh, Elvis and Priscilla, they were so lovely together. They met in Germany. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've all seen those pictures. And they lived at Gracelands, and oh, they were so happy and in love. But then Elvis was naughty. That picture of Elvis and Anne Margaret. That's the world a lot of fans live in. Yeah, these pictures are probably the most famous pictures of all of them. Oh, they look so happy. Everything must have been perfect. But it wasn't. Because if we analyse what was happening leading up to that day, May the 1st, 67, if we understand that within a year, Priscilla's been unfaithful just after Lisa Marie was born, everything is like, hang on a minute. The fairy tale may not be a fairy tale. Because who would be unfaithful to their partner a year after they met when there's a small baby in a new, nice, lovely home, beautifully decorated, ready for Lisa Marie, the baby? Oh, I found the cover. I've been looking for that. As soon as you look beneath the surface, the fairy tale is broken. Now, I will say this: both are responsible for the breakup of that marriage. This isn't an attack Priscilla video. This is the world are quite blinkered. They're not interested in learning the truth. Yeah. So obviously the fans, the fans that do their research, the fans that that have looked beneath the surface, they know. They've always known for decades. So when I come along, this new kid on the block, Louis, um, I start bringing up these things, and I've already said this. There was already a let's get Priscilla thing happening when I joined, when I became Defending Elvis, which is over 2 years ago now. There was only a couple of people doing it, but it was like, let's get Priscilla. So eventually me and Team Elvis have loads of discussions, and eventually Defending Elvis, it starts. Yeah, it's born. Not just me with Team Elvis. The name was chose jointly. Me and Team Elvis came up with the name. We were coming together every day, just chatting, live or not. I don't know if you know my story with lives, but I never used to do lives. I had to fix my own car, my 67. No, which one was it? Yeah, it was Lenny. The engine needed rebuilding, and I knew that was going to take me away. Yeah, for over a week. So I thought, oh, I know, I'll do them live. Because obviously, when you make a video, it takes a lot longer than you've got to check it and post it. It was 2-3 times longer to make a video. And with a live, I could sit here with a topic of Elvis. Yeah, I had no people watching me, so I could make the video, chat, maybe use a book as well, post it, and I would go and spend the day fixing the camper van. And I did that for a couple of weeks. And what happened was slowly, people started joining my lives. It was like 1-2 people at first, then 4-5. It was just growing. Before you know it, there was 100. Yeah, and this is where Team Elvis the family. There's birth of Team Elvis the family. A lot of people were watching the lives when they weren't live. You know, when I was asleep through the day whilst I was fixing the camper van. I mean, that is the birth of Defending Elvis. Yeah. But the thing that put me on the map as a Elvis channel was the shorts. Now the shorts are very simple. I started making a few shorts. There's thousands, yeah. This is 3 years ago, more than 3 years ago. First of all, I was just doing a couple of Elvis clips. Could have been him on tour, him in the army. But then bit by bit, I started thinking, I want to keep them under a minute. So I want them to be where I can add a song. I think YouTube allow you to add music if you keep them under a minute. Then I wanted each short to tell a story. So I started thinking of a storyline put in each short. So, different aspects of Elvis's life. Who knew Elvis? Elvis's experience, his marriages, the Memphis Mafia, just everything. Literally a lot of Priscilla ones, loads of Priscilla ones. Remember, I wasn't aware of Priscilla's wrongdoing. You had the Ginger Alden ones, you had Linda Thompson ones, you had like the Larry King interviews, and Barbara Walters interview. So bit by bit, I was like, wow, there's millions of, well, I don't know about millions, but there's tens of thousands of different ways you can make a short. And I did, because of the copyright rules, at first I was making the you'll see in a minute when I play a couple, I was making them spin around and move, and I was adding wording, and I really liked them. I thought each one was really cute. They were taking me quite a few hours to do each one because it was hard to piece them together and find little video clips, pictures. Then I had to type in what I wanted to say. Eventually I added captions of people talking. So eventually I was like, I want to put myself in some of them. So I started talking on them, even putting myself in them. This was the beginning of Louis being in his videos. Yeah. So this is before my live streams. Yeah. And they were very addictive. I was spending my all of my spare time making them. I was still restoring classic cars. Still going to work sometimes. and they just went viral. Yeah. Um, I see them as little mini documentaries, but I also see them that it was pre-defending Elvis. So when I watch them back now, I'm very much, I'm playing a video, um, telling a story, but not from a defending Elvis point of view. Okay, so I'm gonna see. I don't know if you can see those. There are literally. Hang on a minute. Let me try and make them bigger. There are literally. Oops. Thousands. Well, so I'm sort of introducing them to you now. Yeah. If you look at, if we go right at the beginning, look, Elvis, we miss you. Elvis, the King is dead. You've got the Barbara. I can see Barbara Walters there. Priscilla. Just there's the wedding. Obviously, I can see Nancy Sinatra. There's Priscilla with Lisa there. There's some old footage. Buddy Holly. The army years. Lamar Fike. There's some rare interviews on there of Elvis. I can see Priscilla's parents. The Vegas years. I did start to realise that Priscilla was telling her story of, oh, you know, poor me, the victim. I started to see that and understand that. And at first I believed it. Yeah, it was like, oh, Priscilla was like, oh, you know, I love him. I still love him. He's the love of my life. But, you know, the girls, and he was always away. And, you know, there was a problem with his prescription medication, his drugs. Yeah. One of the standout things was that, oh, I was only 14. I was only 14. So I did start to sort of pick up. I did start to pick up on the game that Priscilla was playing. Yeah, it very much was feel sorry for me. Right, topping up the tea, guys. It was very much feel sorry for me. Look what I went through. Yeah. Let me just get the tea. Right, okay. Get the tea on the go. Tea number 2. I'm starting to wake up a little, huh? So it was. Oh, I'm back. Right, you know, I was doing some. I don't know if you can see, guys. And then the kids will be down. The kids will wake up in a minute, so I don't have long. But look, I've been doing my sit-ups. Woke up this morning, doing my sit-ups. I did weigh myself. I'm still 11.6, but I am the lower end of 11.6. I'm trying to get to 11.5. I reckon I could do it in the next couple of days. Then I'll go to 11.4. I hope. I think the sit-ups are helping, but it hurts now. Yeah, because I'm pushing myself. So someone sent me a funny comment, guys. Someone, I don't even want to talk about it. Someone mentioned my weight. A well-known YouTube channel mentioned my weight. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I've dropped my weight from 11.11 to 11.6. I'm very happy, and this will start to come down with. I'm still on keto. 21 hour fasts every day. Yesterday I did a run. I actually did 5 walks yesterday because of the lovely UK summer weather, and of course my weightlifting. Yeah, so I got a feeling I would love it if I hit 11 stone. That's a bit of a dream. Yeah, and me and my wife are both on this keto diet at the moment, both hoping to lose weight for the holiday. Yeah. Anyway, so I did start to realise that Priscilla's playing a bit of a game here. Oh, poor me, sorry for me. Look what I went through, you know. you know, Elvis is the love of my life. I still miss him. I want to be buried with him. But then I started to learn, hang on a minute, you know, I started finding out about Mike Stone, Steve Peck, the dance instructor. She calls him Mark in this book, yeah, on page 262. And I'm like, well, you were both unfaithful, yeah? So I started to, why are you blaming Elvis for everything, you know? Then she would sit on interviews going, oh, I was only 14. But then I learned that, well, hang on, you weren't with him when you were 14. You briefly met him 4 or 5 months. No one actually knows exactly, do they? But I think some, maybe you know, 4 or 5 months, yeah? You can hear footsteps. 4 or 5 months, and then you didn't see him for a couple of years, more than a couple of years. Elvis went back to his girlfriend, Anita Wood. I'd even heard Elvis was seeing other women, even in Germany, yeah? So I'm like, you sat there on an interview watched by 50 million people. You've put it, obviously, the book was a massive bestseller, the 1985. I'm like, you're not telling the truth. You're spinning a web. You're basically blaming everything on Elvis, trying to become a victim so people give you sympathy. The whole point of it is to boost her, the things she wants to do. So sell her book for Graceland, the museum, which she was the boss for over 40 years. Even that, the whole story behind that, I started learning about that, how she came to power. Yeah, it's pretty shocking how Priscilla came to power. We've got Elvis dies, Vernon dies, then she becomes trustee on behalf of Lisa. The whole story behind that, pretty like something off Dallas, yeah. So, and then after Priscilla takes control, she has control of the empire, yeah. The story after that, all the things that happened, the selling off of Elvis Presley Enterprises, all of it. Then you've got her behavior towards Lisa. But don't forget, all along, she's telling this story about Elvis. Oh, you know, I was 14. You know, he was away all the time. I couldn't live that lifestyle. She's still doing it now. Even now, if you watch Priscilla getting interviewed, she'll say the same thing. He does the whole, you know, his voice was so beautiful. I used to watch him when I first saw him in Vegas. He was, you know, he would sing at home sometimes, and you know, he would get frustrated when he was making his albums. And you see Priscilla playing this little game. So she tells them nice stories. You know, have you heard the story where she says, oh, Elvis would always drink a cup like that? Yeah. Some of these stories are not even true. Elvis was a germaphobe. I don't even know if that's true. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to say is she tries to give the story of, oh, yeah, you know, I know things that you don't because I was there. Yeah. A few others do that as well. But then she trashes him. Oh, I was 14. So the public think, oh, Elvis was with a 14-year-old. They didn't tell you the whole story. They didn't tell you that what actually went on. That Elvis briefly met her for months, briefly met her in Bad Neuheim, and then basically disappeared, went back to his life in 1960, back to his girlfriend, Anita Wood, for more than 2 years. I do agree that Elvis may have been seeing other women as well. We don't know for definite, do we? But Elvis was a rock and roll superstar, a movie star. It's pretty likely that he had some fun being a movie star. But people had all fallen for her little fairy tale, her fake fairy tale. So that meant, really, once she becomes trustee, she can basically say what she wants. She can recreate everything that happened, recreate it from meeting Elvis at 14 in Germany to the day he died and after, including her influence on Graceland. Even that is a complicated story. The birth of the idea of the museum, she takes credit for it. It wasn't her idea. Even the whole Elvis was Graceland was going to be broken up and sold off. Well, there's more to the story. I personally don't think they ever would have done. I think it was discussed, there were serious financial problems, but I don't think they were going to break up Elvis's home. Not for a second. It was the biggest cash cow that Memphis could ever have, Shelby County. Yeah. So, there's a lot of, the truth is being twisted massively by Priscilla. So, anyway, sorry, I've been sidetracked. These little shorts are the reason I went over 20,000 subscribers. Yeah. When I started doing the shorts, I think I only had about 600 subscribers. So these little mini documentaries put me on the map as an Elvis fan in the YouTube world. I was addicted to making them, absolutely addicted to making them. I loved making them. Eventually that evolves into defending Elvis. Yeah. Instead of making shorts, I start doing wide videos, wide live streams. I'm on a mission then. I'm on a new pathway, a mission to learn everything. So I started to look beneath the surface about everything. Memphis Mafia, the relationship with Priscilla, the girlfriends, the army years, the financial stuff, the lawsuits, the relationship between Priscilla and Lisa, and what went on, because there's some serious stuff that went on there. And here we are defending Elvis. So I'm only going to be able to play you a couple because the kids are coming down now. But this is how we became an Elvis channel, the shorts, and then that led to defending Elvis, Team Elvis. So, which, in hindsight, the amount of bullying we've received becoming defending Elvis has been a complete shockwave, and if someone said to me now, would you still do it? I honestly don't know. It's been so extreme. The bullying has been so extreme. I'm actually unsure, if I would, because who could have predicted how vile these people can get? No one. I don't think anyone could have predicted just how disgusting these Let's Get Louis people have become. So it is what it is. Here is where we are. We fight on. Let's play a few shorts. Start again. So, what do we do? How do we do it? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. It's funny because there's, sorry, 1 second. I'm not sure what you can see at the moment. Let's have a look what you can see. 1 second. Let's go to shorts. Okay. Let's see if that works. I mean, the kids are coming down in a minute, so I can't do much. So this is just a little bit of a wake me up type. Let's put this one. Hang on. Get me up in the morning type short. So here we go. Let's play it. So pause it so you can see it. I still find them fascinating, even though my opinions has changed on a lot of them, because I've learnt about Priscilla and the wrongdoing to Elvis from Priscilla. I'm not a Priscilla hater, but I'm not happy with a lot of the things Priscilla's done. I'll never be a hater. If I'm here to hate, I shouldn't even be here. Right. Let's press play. I'm going to top up my tea.
Communication was horrible. It was terrible.
His sleeping pills had taken effect. Another lonely night. That's how it ends. How could you stand that?
I didn't. There weren't too many more nights that I could take. You can just be so much to someone. I mean, I was everything to him. I loved him. I love him today. I couldn't help it. I mean, he was a wonderful person. But there's times that you have to think of yourself. And I didn't want to go along with the program anymore. And We all have to take responsibility for ourselves. And that's when it hit me. I had to take responsibility for my own self. I couldn't be a life support.
And one day you went in and said, I'm leaving. There was another man in your life then.
Mm-hmm.
He was your karate teacher,
Right.
Mike Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And you went off then and lived with him.
Yeah. So our communication was horrible. It was terrible.
His sleeping pills had taken effect. Another lonely night. That's how it ends. How could you stand that?
Right, okay, sorry guys. Let's see if we can do one more. I gotta go really, but hang on, let me just see if I can I've just given you a taste of it, and I might come back and do a part 2. Just a taste of, so whilst I was doing these, I was learning, yeah?
Elvis would take me into his bedroom, and then we would kiss long, deep, passionate kisses, and his caresses would leave me weak with desire.
Yeah? It's true.
Yet he never tried to go further than kissing you.
No. No, he didn't. There was an agreement, I guess, he made with himself that the woman that he decided to take for his wife, he was going to keep her that way until he married her.
Keep her a virgin no matter what.
Right.
You see that, 1 second. That is typical of Priscilla playing her little game, yeah? She wasn't with Elvis. She wasn't with him. They did meet for months in Germany, Bad Nauheim, in 1959. But then Elvis went back to his own life, making GI Blues and albums and the Frank Sinatra show and his girlfriend Anita Wood, who was waiting for him. And then even in Germany, Elvis was allegedly dating other women, you know? So let's play another one.
Elvis would take me.
Let's have a look. You know, my shot, my whole channel could literally, my content could all be my shorts, all of it. Now listen to this is typical Priscilla, yeah? Remember, I fell for this before I became Defending Elvis. I fell for this fake news that Priscilla was putting out.
Now remember, I'm with Elvis Presley, and watching the girls running up to him, wanting kisses from him, running to the stage,
Ella, come on, you're going to go and have a
coming
week.
backstage. Listen, being who he was, and having all the women, jump him. Excuse me. Kidding. I'm only kidding.
I bet you're only half kidding,
it was an experience. Literally just about. Anyway.
But you see the game she plays there. Oh, look what Elvis was doing to me. She doesn't mention to Piers Morgan, oh, by the way, I was at it as well. Yeah, they were both being naughty.
No, it was an eye opener for me, and being married to probably one of the most famous musicians.
Well, it wasn't an eye opener because she knew right from the 50s. She knew that this is the way Elvis lived. Everyone loved him. All the women would fall at his feet, that he was very affectionate and loving to his fans. So it wasn't an eye-opener. She knew.
Or singers in the world.
Hundreds and hundreds of
I mean, there isn't anyone that doesn't love Elvis.
Right, and I love how affectionately you talk about him.
Oh, I don't know if that is affectionate. Is it affectionate when she says, when she's giving the impression that he was a womanizer and being unfaithful and only interested in women? Isn't that what she does? Yeah. I'll just play anything. Yeah. There's the marriage one here.
What was around Christmas, and Elvis was really, really excited that night.
So remember what people think, yeah? That the marriage was forced. That Colonel Tom Parker, Priscilla's parents, Elvis had made promises. You know, you've got to be careful what Priscilla's doing here.
Very enthusiastic, and I thought that it was basically because he always loved giving gifts, and it was a really happy time. And he had something behind his back he wouldn't let me see.
So she says it was a really happy time, yeah. If you've done some research, it's complicated.
He goes, okay, I want you to close your eyes. And he got on his knees, and he says, I want you to open this. And then I open up the box, and it was this beautiful, beautiful engagement ring and wedding band and a ring with diamonds all
She was lucky.
over. And I was absolutely shocked. You know, it's time for us to get married, he said, you know, and it was like just sweetness all over. And we hugged, and when I came...
You see what she's doing? She's painting this perfect, beautiful fairy tale of her and Elvis. Everything was amazing. It wasn't. Their relationship was very complex, yeah? On both sides, yeah? They both, I always say this, they both led to the breakup of the marriage. I personally don't think Elvis was ready to marry, but I also don't think Priscilla was ready to marry. She wasn't ready to settle and have kids.
Came down, he was showing my hand to everybody. And he was just really happy. And that's when we basically made our announcement that night.
Well, it was about time, right?
Well, there's more to it. And this is what we've learned with the Defending Elvis movement, is that it's not fair how Elvis has been portrayed by Priscilla. I'm not a Priscilla hater, guys. I would never be a hater. I don't hate Priscilla, but I don't like what she did, yeah? Here's a more of an honest look. This might be the last one. Beautiful Nancy Sinatra. The rumor, you know, she made the movie with him, and she met Elvis on the way back with a gift from Frank, her father. I think it was a silk shirt on the way back from Germany. This is more honest, yeah? Listen.
Did you?
And she follows us. Nancy Sinatra follows us on X, on Twitter.
You and the King ever get it on?
I wish I could say yes, but no.
Oh, really?
See, look, she could have lied, twisted it. She doesn't. She's honest and straight. I mean, I think Nancy Sinatra's adorable.
No.
I heard that you romanced each other back around 1968.
You did? Oh, that's neat. No, didn't happen.
How come? No chemistry?
When I met him, I was 19 and engaged to Tommy Sands. And when we did the film, he was married and pregnant.
I don't get to meet that many people who knew Elvis.
See? Honest answer.
You mean, did we sleep together?
So, guys, I'm going to have to go. Let it play out. I'm going to have to go.
I could bring it up because it didn't happen. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. He was a great kisser.
He was a good kisser?
Yeah.
The King could kiss. We all know that. I've seen the movies. You can tell that in the movies, yeah.
Morning,
but what was he like as a person? You know, so he was a good kisser.
Funny and sweet and fidgety. He would always be moving, either his foot.
That's my big...
And he smoked these long...
cigarellos.
Yeah.
Cigarellos. I've seen pictures of him smoking those.
Yeah.
That is how you talk about Elvis, yeah? That's the mistake Priscilla has made. Nancy has always been extremely loyal. We'll do a whole show on Nancy and her friendship with Elvis. She has been very loyal, and they were just friends, but she makes it very clear she thought Elvis was the most beautiful man on the planet and absolutely adored him. And if she had been single, they would have got together, I think. So when they got to go, Tina's away. So going to make Tina some breakfast, do pack lunch, take them to school. They're breaking up from school today. Today is the last days of school. School is out.
Breaking up from school?
Are you sure?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, you're going to go to the higher year, aren't you? What are you going to be? 5? 5 or 4? Year 5.
No.
Year 6?
No.
3?
No.
Well, okay. Anyway, guys.
Year 2.
Year 2, and Yasmin is going to year
5.
5. School's out for summer. School's out for summer. Anyway, guys, gotta go. Team Elvis, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to do a whole show on the shorts and on Nancy Sinatra. And we are defending Elvis now. Louis' World.